It did.
I think it is.
Oh, here it is.
It's just slow.
Oh, yeah.
We may be moving during the semester over there. They have a new computer right there. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Well,
Anthony and Timothy Precella, and we're going to go over, hit the highlights of the syllabus for the Foundations of Algebra and College Algebra course that y'all have registered for. There. Well,
okay. Bye. Okay. I'm turning off the camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Y'all don't need to see us.
Well, they see us.
I mean, but the people at home watching the videos don't need to see us.
Okay. So you're registered for 2 classes, the Foundations and the College Algebra. The College Algebra grade and what you do in College Algebra is the most important thing, because you pass College Algebra, you pass the Foundations. Every semester there are some students, not a lot, that'll pass the Foundations, but not the College Algebra. So then the next semester they just repeat the short College Algebra, not this 3-hour algebra that you registered for, okay? But with Foundations, we're going to be using Pearson MyLab. It used to be called My Math Lab, but now they call it Pearson MyLab Math. So I just say Pearson MyLab. And that's what you're going to buy access to instead of a textbook. With that Pearson MyLab, you have access to an ebook. My mother's almost 100, and to her, a book has got to be made out of paper. Now, a Kindle, that's not a book. Now, if I'm reading a book on my phone, no, that's not a book to her. It's got to be paper. But y'all aren't 96, almost 97 years old. So to y'all, there are books that are not made out of paper. If you want to buy a paper book, that's fine. But you'll need access to one My Math Lab access. And we'll discuss more of that in just a moment.
There'll be 3 quizzes in this course. If someone decides, they don't want to, they can't learn the college algebra material, they can still work through the homework and do the quizzes. The 3 quizzes are averaged together to give you your Foundations grade. Although hopefully your college algebra grade will be a passing grade, in which case then, as I said, the Foundations grade doesn't matter.
There are very, very, very few people that ever do that. If we're going to do that, you may as well just continue working through the college algebra.
I've only had it happen one time since they invented these codes.
So on these quizzes, and you'll see it online, you're going to be taking your quizzes and tests at home using a Windows or Apple computer with a laptop. You can't use a Chromebook for tests. You can use Chromebooks and other devices for the homework, but not for tests.
If you have a Chromebook that you're going to be using for your tests, then we'll have days set aside here in class. Okay, this is Chromebook testing. If you're taking your test with a Chromebook, you come here and take it on that day. If you're taking the test at home, you won't come to class that day. And I'll leave y'all to read through that.
In the Foundations course, way back in the 90s, Delmar did away with D's and F's in the Foundation courses. We're still living with that now. You make an A, B, C, or an R for repeat. Okay.
Now, if you make a D in college algebra, that's passing. That's got you to the M3 level. But as I said, if you pass college algebra, then it doesn't matter your grade in the Foundations. And some people decide, early on, I'm not worrying about the quiz average. I'm going to pass college algebra. And suppose they make a D. Well, we can't assign a D in the Foundations. We can only assign an A, B, C. But if you make a D in college algebra, you're still, we'll give you a C in the Foundations course, even though it doesn't really matter, because as soon as that transcript sees that D in college algebra, you're math level 3. But you're going to do better than a D. Oh, blah, blah. Okay.
Okay, so read through that syllabus. That's the 314,
And that is,
foundations.
and if you look over here under, let's see, where is it? Foundations. That is the only thing you will use this foundations course, Canvas course for. It's just to access that syllabus that I just showed you. And you'll notice we're uploading both a PDF and a Word document. So whatever's easier for your device to read, okay? So, but it's the same thing. But for the Canvas Foundations course, all you use that for are the to access the syllabus.
You'll notice there's no assignments or anything over here on the left side. It just says syllabus and that's it.
All the assignments are built into the college algebra shell, and if we do it correctly, in most cases you will not be able to tell when we're teaching foundations material and when we're teaching college algebra material. The book we're using is called A Blended Approach, and I think we blended it very well. Okay.
So this is
Now back to the college algebra.
Foundations of algebra and college algebra. Before the class is over, I have 2 roll sheets up here. You can find your name on them and sign out beside them. So if you haven't done that, maybe here. I'll put it right here, so it's literally in the middle of the room. Okay. So if you haven't found your name and signed up beside it, now would be a good time to do it.
You're taking 2 classes. Here's the college algebra syllabus. You only need 1 access code.
Has someone bought an access code for this course through the library?
Through
the bookstore? Okay. It should just be 1.
It is not the
blended approach. This is it. Okay. Now, when you're ready to actually register for it, instead of following
the best way is
instructions,
to do it through the. I would say do it online through Pearson. Might be the best way. It's the cheapest. I'll tell you that.
Well, the courses that are embedded in Canvas, which y'all are. Y'all see this, okay? So.
Online.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The question is it the best way to buy it through the bookstore? If you're waiting for financial aid, I think you got to go through the bookstore, right?
And so you should have the one that's a blended. It says a blended approach. If they try to sell you 2 different ones, no. Okay? I've already had one student email me showing me.
She bought the Bleacher book, the blended approach, and they told her she needed the college algebra Lyle. No, you only need 1 code. If you buy it on
Canvas, follow these instructions. Click right there. Right? But this is an 18-week access. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure.
I know this is gauche to say it, but would you mind telling me how much it costs?
I don't have the receipt.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
money is not an issue for her, Tony. It's not hard.
She's thinking the working class is such a disappointment to me. So, but it's about $80 for 18-week access, and this is just a 16-week course. Spring break adds an extra week, but also I'm always getting students asking me, is 18-week access enough? Yes. Right? Even counting spring break, this is only a 17-week course. Okay?
Do not get a Lyle code. That's for the standalone Math 1314. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to get the blended.
Blended. It's by Beecher.
And back in the olden days, they used to print the cover of the ebook, but I guess they don't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
This little picture here. So
that little picture doesn't.
I had a student asking me, should I buy the paper book and stuff? And I was like, I don't see that there's that much.
I don't have a copy of the paper
And I don't
book.
know that it would
And I've
actually,
taught from this book for over 5 years, and I don't have a.
and I don't see that it's actually,
I don't see that it would help you all that much.
no.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
Okay, I
add
think
that
there's
much.
better ways to spend your money. But
Yes.
again, if money is no option, buy it,
You can purchase it through Pearson. In a moment when we log in there, I'll show you, okay? If when you're setting, no, I won't, because I already have my thing set up, don't I?
Yeah.
But when you're going through setting up your MyLab account, it'll come time and it'll ask, okay, how are you going to pay? And now if you're going to use a code or if you're just not ready to pay right now, you select 14-day free access. That way you don't get behind on the homework. You know, who knows, after 14 days you may decide enough of this.
I'm getting out of this and getting sane teachers. Here's the little PDF that's there on Canvas, getting started with Pearson MyLab. It walks you through, and my brother was nice enough to mark out anything that didn't apply. That's why there's all these little marks, okay? Well,
So select Pearson MyLab and Mastering.
on Canvas.
Open Pearson, and then it's going to talk you through setting up your MyLab account, okay?
And
But
eventually it'll ask, how do you want to pay for it? And you can either enter the prepaid access code that you got at the bookstore, or you can just punch in a credit card and pay with it right there. That's usually about $5 to $10 cheaper,
yes,
okay? Or at the bottom it'll have it hidden, but it'll say, get temporary access without payment for 14 days, okay? So there's no real excuse to wait 2 weeks to get started because you can get started now. Okay? But that's a little show once again where that document was.
it was right here on the course homepage for college algebra, getting started with Pearson MyLab. Here are the two, a PDF of the syllabus and a Word document of the syllabus. People tell me, a colleague was like, oh, they won't post Word documents because the students could download it and make changes. So you can make all the changes you want, but the one that I have is the one that counts, okay?
Okay, so for this course, you have homework, and that's going to be about 20% of the course grade, 19.99%,
Yes.
okay? Then the remaining 80%, keep scanning, or will be tests, just like the quizzes. The tests you can take at home. I say you can, you don't have to. You can bring your device up on test days and take them there.
I had a student last semester. She'd be here with her Windows laptop, and she could have taken it at home, but no. She said she had too many distractions at home, so she'd bring her laptop up here on the designated testing days and take her quizzes and tests then.
Yeah, but she was making hundreds on everything.
Yeah.
And for all the quizzes and tests, you get 2 attempts. And so you shouldn't, if you're going to do it the old-fashioned way and take it here, then, that sort of defeats the 2 attempts, okay? But a word about due dates. If you click over here on assignments, is on Canvas, you see all the assignments right now with the due dates. Like today, we're going to discuss lesson number 1. Oh, here's the student view of it. And
Square roots, due January 20th. All of the homework is still available, even if you don't get it done by January 20th. It's available until May the 6th. Everything in this class closes on May the 6th. That's a Monday. That's what? Final start on a Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Monday, May the 6th.
We got to have some days to look through
And watch
and
those
get everything
videos.
ready because, with that Pearson monitor thing, it makes videos and then flags us the people that the system determines are cheating and stuff, and we have to look through, and 99.99% of the time
it's nothing because we allow, how are you going to cheat? As long as it's you and you show your ID and we can tell that's the person we're letting, you'll be able to use your notes. You can use your handwritten notes, your examples. There'll be a review sheet for the quizzes.
Not a review sheet,
a review assignment that you'll work. Hopefully.
There won't be any sheets for anything, really.
No, there won't be. No.
Well, no, even then. Okay, so so
you can work on the homework after the due date with no late penalty.
Now tests, scan down, You can take a test after the due date with no late penalty.
That's only for the
before you
face-to-face
get-
classes.
Yes.
All of our online classes
They have
have a
late
big
penalties,
late
but-
penalty on tests and quizzes.
But they don't need to know
But for
that.
y'all, okay, if they're talking to their friends or something that's in another section, y'all are the
How
only
many people are
sections
going
that
around
have.
talking to their friends in another section about their math classes? But okay. But the thing about the tests, first of all, if you think, oh, I'm going to rush through this course and finish it all in the 14-day free period, you can't take the final fee. You've got to pay for that access, because if you don't,
If you don't pay the Pearson access,
Then-
those grades.
those results are lost from us. So that's why right now the assignment, even if you wanted to rush through everything, if you're a mathematical genius and you're going to do everything and take the final this week, it won't let you.
It won't let you.
If you're on the 14-day free pass. Right?
Right.
Okay. But anyway, so we said there's no late penalty on tests either, but what's the purpose of the due date? Well, if you haven't taken test 1, or quiz 1. Quiz 1 is for the foundations. If you haven't
No,
taken
that's the review.
quiz 1 by February 22nd at 11:59 p.m., you're going to get a 0 recorded. That's your first attempt.
You only have one attempt then to take that. You take that quiz and mess up and make a 20, you're stuck with a 20.
So I highly encourage you to try to stay caught up with these due dates. It's to your advantage to take that first quiz before February 22nd. Yet suppose you take it and you make a 75 and later on in the semester, oh wow, I'm having A's on everything. Let me go back and take my second chance on that. Suppose you take test 1, make a 75. Then you continue throughout the semester. Oh wow, you made a 95 on the second test and 98 on the final. Well,
Go back and retake that first test, okay?
Because you get 2 attempts.
Does it take the higher grade?
Yes, automatically. Oh yes, automatically takes the higher grade.
I never understood the teachers that didn't let it take the higher grade. Well,
What's the purpose of that? We're gonna,
there's just extra videos for us to have to watch.
Okay, so back to this. Okay, you've got to show that photo ID if you're taking it at home.
And there's a sample, an ungraded sample early on. I think it's like assignment 3, designed for you to check your device capability to see if it'll run the monitoring system. And it has the instructions as if it's a real test. Show your ID, take a picture of it and stuff. It goes through the instructions as if it were a real test. But the grade, Pearson MyLab assigns a grade to everything, but that ungraded quiz counts 0% in the course average. I'll get the people emailing me, oh, they did the ungraded quiz and they only got one of the problems right and they made a 5 and it's going to hurt their average. No, it doesn't. So, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's only designed to make sure your device can run that monitoring system.
Oh, and we encourage you to complete the assignments at least 2 days before the due dates. Just try to stay caught up. Don't get hopelessly behind. Okay? Also, more taken. Okay, every assignment contains prerequisites.
After the first
one. You have to work through in order. Okay? You start with assignment 1. If you look at Pearson's website, this is the actual Pearson MyLab assignments tab. And here on this one, you see things. Okay, it tells you what the prerequisite is. In order to do assignment 2, you have to make an 80 on the first one. And you say, well, wait, what if you don't make an 80? Well, you just keep working it till you do. Okay? This isn't a paper book. It'll regenerate the problem and you can make an 80. Okay.
For these face-to-face
penalties,
classes,
no late penalties. Calculator. The one I'll be using in class is let me see. That a TI-83 or 84. That's the one we'll use. It'll be the one in the videos and so forth.
But the only reason we use that is that's what we can get downloaded onto these devices here, okay? You don't need a graphing calculator. All the graphing we do, we'll be doing on paper and then using very nice graphing tools in my lab. You don't need a graphing calculator. If you already have one, say you used it in high school, great, use it here. But if you don't, you certainly do not need to spend your money on a graphing calculator. A Casio FX 115.
Oh, this calculator here, Casio FX 115 ES Plus, is actually very, very nice. Whereas most calculators, like on that one, punch square root of 72 in.
Okay. Oops, no, I use it here. The square root of 72, and it gives you a decimal.
Well, today we're going to see that the way we would prefer that is not as a decimal, but written like this. Can y'all see that display? It's hard to see. Square root of 72,
That's going to
6 square root of 2. We're going to show y'all that's going to be a major thing we're doing today, how to simplify square roots like that. But these little calculator here, wow. For under $20, it's a great
the
calculator.
TI, if you want a TI, the TI 36 or the TI 36 Pro, those are nice calculators. Has here's what you don't want. When you're taking the logarithm, punch in log 100. You want to get the answer 2. If you don't want a calculator that has reverse notation, where to enter a log you have to punch in the number and then the function.
Mhm.
That will be
Those are
extremely difficult.
difficult to work with eventually.
And our phones have such nice calculators nowadays, but it's a big deal here at the school. We cannot let y'all use
We were
your
told-
phone calculator. I did. I told I had a student, and I said, okay. And she sat right there in front of us. I could see her phone. She was taking the test here, not at home. But if you're taking the test at home, no calculator. I mean, no
No
telephones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, telephone. No one else calls them
I
telephones.
know that's why I do that.
Oh,
I know.
okay. Oh, gosh. So, if you buy a brand new calculator, wait to open it. Let us look at it and see.
Yes or no?
But that little that little Casio that I showed is a nice calculator for just $20
Pretty much
or
any
so.
inexpensive Casio is a good
Good
one.
calculator. And you say, well, wait, you're using TI. Well, that's what we have. Okay?
That's what we have on this computer. That's why we're using it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If I could get a Casio FX 115, the smaller thing, downloaded on here, I would.
So
But
we tell y'all where our offices are, but usually we're going to be sitting in here from 1 to 2 Mondays and Wednesdays. If you need to contact us, then
if you need to see us, get here before class. And generally, rather than sitting in our office downstairs,
Where
we'll
no
be
one
right.
ever comes.
No one ever comes.
yeah,
So.
that main math office suite. Sometimes the doors in it are locked. I'm like, how the heck are students supposed to even get in here?
All the
As I'm
doors.
digging around looking for keys to unlock the door. Okay, our course grade. There it is. The homework average is 20%. Test 1, test 2, those are 25%. Final exam grade, 30%. Okay? And you can look at your numeric average in Canvas as you go through the semester. Move that calculator.
And let's see.
Grades.
And it'll show your grades. And it goes automatically to points. There are 23 problems in the first assignment. And so it's given it'll show the number of problems you got correct out of the 23. But the thing that we look at in our instructor grade book is percentages. And you'll notice something right here. No, let's see. The final exam, we say, is worth 30%. Test 1 and Test 2, 25% each. Now, when we were setting these things up, these co-recs, years ago, what year did they start in? 2017?
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out, we didn't want to require 2 access codes and 2 MyLab courses. We didn't want a foundations course and a college algebra course. But how do we get a grade for the foundation course? Because you can pass foundations and fail college algebra. That I dreamed it in a dream. It came to me, and the next day I remembered the dream and told Tony I figured out what to do. Okay. Only the quizzes. That quiz average is what you use for the foundations average. And you'll notice for the quiz average, we have the weight is 0.01%. Well,
The quizzes don't affect the college algebra grade.
because
That's what
the
that's
college algebra average is rounded to the nearest integer. By setting the quizzes to 0.01%, that means they count 1/10,000th of the college algebra grade. Well, 1/10,000th is what, 4 decimal places? We round to the nearest integer, so that doesn't impact anything. Here it says the homework is 19.99%. Well, that rounds to 20%, so but don't let that shock you. We have our reasons, and it's worked great for years, the way we have it set up.
Okay. So you can check your grade throughout the semester.
On Canvas. And now, I know a lot of teachers are not embedding MyLab into Canvas. There are some difficulties. There are some difficulties at times. At times, Canvas won't be syncing automatically. You'll do the homework in Pearson, and it takes 3 days for the new grade to show up on Canvas.
But it will
show up. And I like the fact that I love the Canvas grade book, the student view of the grade book. And at the end of the semester, the way you can play with, well, suppose I make a 0 on my final. What's my course average and stuff? And I did have a student with 100 average last semester. And they decided, okay, they could get a C is good enough for them to not take the final. And I'm going to tell you something. I thought less of her after that, okay? She was such a good student. And then, so you worked and made 100 on everything all semester long, but C's all you needed, so okay. But I thought less of her.
But the thing was, she made 100 on the first attempt of every quiz and test.
She didn't realize there were 2 attempts. She made it on,
Well, maybe she did, but she didn't need 2 attempts. Once you make 100, you don't need to speak it again. And I think we've gone through everything
that's important.
And we'll be rehashing it as we go through.
The Math Learning Center, there are 3 different locations. Each campus has one. The one here is in the Coles building. The one, I don't remember where the other 2 are. There's one on the Windward campus, and there's one on Oso Creek campus, and those other 2 campuses, the Math Tutor Center here gets quite crowded, okay? Because this is where most of the math classes are. The tutors over on the other campuses, they say it's never that crowded. And so if you live close to Windward or Oso Creek and you wanted tutors, try going to their Math Learning Center. They're not as crowded as they are here.
So,
and it's free. Well, technically it isn't free. If you look at your bill, everyone that takes a math class gets a little fee for that tutor center.
So let's suppose, how do you get started with this course? Well, what this little, is this the my?
That's the syllabus.
Oh wait, I've already closed the one. Well, getting started, but anyway.
But that's okay, it's right here. No, I'm just going to do it like that. But follow these instructions to set up your MyLab account. And I was looking, I think there are 8 of you in my class. I don't know about Tony, but there are 8
of y'all have
already set up your MyLab account. And so good work. If you haven't, follow the instructions, get started.
Here's how you get started. You click right here. If you don't click there, you go to mymathlab.com or pearson.com, it's not going to work. You've got to click there on MyLab and Mastering.
And of course, I'm already set up, you know, but still, for y'all, you'd have to go through. If you've used MyLab before, then just use the same username and password that you used in the past. Realize your Pearson login it's probably not the same as your Canvas login. So, but if you've used Pearson MyLab before, then use your same username and password,
I've
otherwise,
forgotten about y'all over there in the peanut gallery.
Oh,
It's very possible the peanut gallery might come over here, might come.
because we may switch rooms and go to that
That has
computer.
a new computer over there. The only thing is, you know, there's that other teacher in there, and I'd like to get her early.
And get
before-
everything ready.
Yeah, and that other teacher always keeps them late. Okay, but anyway, so you click on My Lab and Mastering. Now, why not click right
Now-
here, Open.
Open. This is after you have it set up. It'll pull up it'll pull up there it is.
This is say click student view. See, this is the instructor home. Right there, click student home.
Yeah.
So that's what the students will see. And go ahead
And here's how I access assignments. You could access your assignments right there. Once you set up your MyLab account, you could access all your assignments under Canvas assignments, okay? But I don't know. I guess because I'm just old, it's how I used to do it before Canvas. I click the
back in the
assignment.
good old days.
No, I didn't say they were
Oh,
good.
okay.
But back in the old days, I'm not saying they're good.
Oh wait, so how many assignments are they going to have? Counting every quiz, every test. The ungrade-
32.
32? I thought 30.
Oh, I
Oh yeah,
thought it was
32. Yes, there will be 32. It says 31 right now, but again, it's set so you can't take
the final
because I don't want anyone taking the final while they're on the 14-day pass. So we'll click right here to get started, and that's where we're going to stop this video and begin again.
Mm-hmm. Now, any questions? Y'all are going to go home and read the syllabus and make sure you don't have any questions, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop.